This is Cubs Radio.
Cubs Radio.
The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show also brought to you by Two Eagles Auto Body. For more than 25 years, Two Eagles Auto Body has been the leader in auto body repairs and customer satisfaction on Long Island. Two Eagles Auto Body handles every type of auto repair, from custom applications and restorations to repairs involving insurance claims. So call Two Eagles Auto Body and ask for John Rossi at 516-328-2527. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by the Roslyn Social, North Shore's premier rooftop lounge, located in the heart of Roslyn Village at 1363 Old Northern Boulevard. Give them a call, 516-801-4963, and say hi to Nick. Fantastic food, great atmosphere, just a great time all around. The Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by...
Okay. Okay, we'll just do that for right now.
What will you experience at a Knockem Dead Comedy Murder Mystery Show? Suspense, excitement, love, more love, violence. Well, not really. And, of course, some music. Knockem Dead Comedy is the #1 murder mystery troupe, entertaining thousands of people for over 20 years.
You have a great night or what? Good.
Their hilarious murder mystery shows are full of audience interaction from beginning to end that will keep you laughing all night long. Their shows are not to be missed. Knockem Dead Comedy's murder mystery themes include a mob show, a redneck wedding, a high school reunion, a family reunion with a luau theme, or your own custom show.
Johnny, you have a good time tonight or what?
I had an awesome time.
All right. You had a great time. KDC, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, all right.
Fundraisers, private parties, corporate events, restaurants, and more. Contact Knockem Dead Comedy for your event today. What will...
With me in your head, because I didn't.
No, I did. I told
hear
you.
Any of this. This is all like completely new stuff. So weirdo. I feel like you need to move over more because the thing's right in your face. $10 seconds.
This
is Govs Radio.
Govs Radio.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show, coming at you live from Governor's Comedy Club, the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown. Thanks for joining us this morning. GovsRadio.com is the website. You can see our show there live right now.
Behind the bag, it gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Hello, Tony. Mookie Wilson here, 1986 Mets. How you doing? Long time no see, man. Hey, man, I miss you guys, man, at Knockem Dead Comedy Radio, man. I miss you. I wish I was still up there, man. But I'll wait till it warms up a little bit, and hopefully this year things will be a little bit better, man. But when we're talking about comedy, hey, the early years of Mets was a lot to laugh about. You had to make a lot of comedy off those guys. Hey, hope to see you guys during the summer, and hopefully get back on the show, man, at some point in time during the course of the year, all right? All right? Yeah, fine. Contact me, man. All right, Tony. Talk to you later.
Hey, how do you say there, people? It's Johnny Brennan, creator of The Jerky Boys, also of Fox TV's Family Guy fame. I just want to let you know you're listening to Tony and Sallie on the Knockem Dead radio show. They're going to keep knocking them dead, so keep listening, you wacky sons of bitch. Right there. Over and out there, sweet Charlie.
Danny Bonaducci, and you are watching Govs Radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple of minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Gov Radio? Call the police. Call my agent. Hi, I'm Danny Bonaducci.
Knockem dead. Knockem dead. Comedy show.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Knockem Dead Comedy Podcast, coming at you live from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown. No.
He just wanted to know.
I wanted to look Not at all. I mess it up plenty myself. Governor's Comedy Club, where you can see Chris Roach this weekend. The Brokerage in Belmore, where you can see all sorts of great shows this weekend, like Eleanor Kerrigan and Kevin Brennan and Bob Levy. They're very good. And then out in McGuire's, out in Bohemia, Kevin Downey Jr. playing all weekend out there. Kevin Downey Jr. is one of our favorites, and a personal friend and a cool guy. So yeah, all sorts of cool stuff happening. And of course, the Little Room has all sorts of fun stuff happening. So lots of great stuff happening at Governor's Comedy Club. Go to govs.com and check out their full schedule and make your reservations. And go to knockemdeadcomedy.com to find out our schedule and what we're doing. April 1st, you'll see us right here in the Little Room performing.
April Fool's Day.
That's right. Perfect day to go to a murder mystery show. A hilarious, comedic murder mystery show.
Not.
And it won't be an April Fool's Day trick
No.
when you find out you're going to the show. All right, before we get into it, can I make that one announcement with that flyer so I don't forget? February 12th, ladies and gentlemen. Money going to a good cause. If you'd like to go out to a fun game show night, a night of Family Feud, Jeopardy, Speed Trivia, Wheel of Fortune, and more, head on over to the American Legion in Plainview, February 12th. $75 is the ticket, but that gets you the possibility to play in the game shows. That gets you a hot buffet. That gets you an open bar, the entertainment. It's going to be a great night. All the money goes to the Nassau County PAL Special Needs Unit. So it's a very good cause. That's basically, it's a PAL division dedicated to our special needs community, where they can play sports and take part in programs that they can't find anywhere else. So all the proceeds go to the NCPAL SNU. So
should have led with open bar.
Open bar,
people.
If you're drinking that night, you would spend the $75 anyway. So the $75 is a good price. Open bar, entertainment, hot buffet. It's going to be a fun time.
And the American Legion there, it's nice. It's
Yes.
a really nice space.
It's
a
nice space.
It's a really nice place. You'll have a good time, and it helps a lot of kids out that, may not be able to get into these programs. So
You can contact me, and I'll hook you up with tickets.
Do it.
And then, and of course, all right, this is definitely the last announcement. My apologies, John.
No, please.
Thank you.
Your sonorous voice is just what I need this early
He's
in the
a
morning.
great voice, doesn't he?
He does.
He does.
I was on the phone yesterday with a lady who might hire us for a murder mystery, and she said that. She goes, you sound just like a host.
You do.
And I said, well, that's what I do. So I guess that's why I sound that way.
You have a voice like
So do you.
like the warm, pudgy hand of a young nephew who, although you might be childless, that young nephew is like a son to you. And that warm palm fills you with sweet familial feelings, not of regret, but of just warmth and acceptance and accepting love. And it's never sticky with sweets or candy, and never sweaty. And your heart is warmed when he takes your hand. But also, you worry, because this is a difficult world, and you just hope that everything is as good as that moment going to see whatever you might be taking that nephew to see. Your voice is quite like that.
You eat a carrot, and everything is good in the world.
It's the vitamin K.
I think John is actually Jack Handy. Vitamin A. Jack Handy, right? That was his name?
Vitamin
Jack
A.
Handy?
Is
From
it?
Saturday Night Live?
I don't know.
You don't, nobody knows what I'm talking about?
Jack Handy. I love Jack Handy. Who actually did that? Was it Jack Handy that did it?
Is that a real guy? You
well,
don't know what
Jack
we're talking
Handy
about?
wrote a
No,
book.
I do.
with the
I
sayings.
think that was, what's his name?
Was it Al Franken?
Al Franken, yes.
It was Al Franken. Oh.
Disgraced yet, and I'm not I don't want to get into
Yeah.
But I wasn't a true fan of his politics, but he got so railroaded. As a matter of fact, our fantastic former governor was the one who railroaded him. Said, we're throwing Republicans to the lions. We need to throw someone. He said, but I really didn't. You got to go. And he went, which I don't.
And he was, honestly, one of the hardest workers in Congress. He really was.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so. And certainly in the grand scheme of things.
A lot of them don't show up. He
No.
he
He took
authored a lot of bills.
He certainly took his...
He took his job seriously.
He took his job seriously. His Midwestern, hardworking ethic.
Yep. Where was he? Minnesota?
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Although wasn't that where Jesse the Body Ventura was governor?
Yes, I do.
So maybe
was.
I don't know what the fudge I'm talking about.
Yeah, that guy kind of went off the rails too, huh?
Well,
yeah.
Was he on the rails?
True. But he definitely fell off further off the ledge after he was governor.
Most certainly. I think it was like he was a train and like he had two wheels on one track and he was balancing and then finally
came off the track.
It was only one term, right?
I think so.
One
Yeah.
term governor.
John Dorsick is here.
Wait, didn't you have didn't you have one more announcement? I started talking about my nephew's warm yet
Warm
not
palm.
sweaty hand, and not. I don't have, certainly not one. I got all kinds of. I got family that doesn't talk to me. I got family that just started talking to me. I got everything. But you have one other thing that you have to.
Just if you want to start your own podcast, we can hook you up right here in this wonderful studio. If you want to do a one-time thing, or once a month, once every other week, once a week, you want to stream it live with us, you want to just record it and stream it on your own places, you want just to do audio, and you can stream it on all the podcast platforms, we can hook you up right here with phone call capabilities, Zoom capabilities, graphics, lights, cameras, microphones.
Really?
All of it.
I need something like that. I've been trying to launch a podcast.
I know you've been talking about it.
And it's very difficult. There's a lot of
stuff.
Do you do editing or no? Do you have editing services or no? I should have asked this.
We can. It's not included in our package.
But it is an option.
It is an option. Yes,
I might look into that because
Very nice.
I have nothing pushing me lately. I am a
an idea has been presented by one of our faithful viewers here, Kirsten O'Flaherty. I need John speaking to make me sleep at night. I have the Calm app on my phone, and listen to books or nature sounds. But his voice is very calming.
It's velvet.
Wow. I'm
Yeah.
glad I can bore the snot out of you, Chris.
No, it's relaxing.
I'm glad.
Well, all right, so I was going to say John Dorsick is here. Then I was going to... But how do you... I could say actor, performer, songwriter, improv genius. But is it just artist? Like, how would you prefer... Like, if I said to you, how do you want me to introduce you? You would say...
I try to monetize my need for unsubstantiated love and approval.
So prostitute is basically what you just said.
It's funny. I had this conversation about people
with a prostitute.
Well, there's, you know what? It's
we're all prostitutes.
No, we're not.
Oh.
I mean, the reason, oftentimes, there are no absolutes, except that there are no absolutes. So often that we do things because trauma forms us. So you go up on that stage and Governors or wherever it might be, and these people, no one wants to do this for the tiny amount of money you make in this. You're doing it for the crowd laughing for you. Hopefully, you're manipulating hundreds of people, and you're doing it because you didn't have that. We are just this weird, sad, broken skeleton with tons of bandages trying to hold the meat bag together. And we're just trying to fix. And it's the same with actors. It's the same with business people. I'm going to make money, so now I'm going to throw it back at the people. It's So what were you asking?
The broken meat bag. John Dorsick is here.
There's no more meat bag.
Broken meat bag. That's our introduction for John. That's how I'm going to say.
Broken meat bag.
Yeah. So
but
if
I'm
I ask
fixing
somebody,
myself, but damn, I'm fixing myself. I'm plugging the holes where the meat goes out and keeps my mind from wandering, as the song should have went if it was correctly written. We're gonna go off on another Beatles.
Yeah, I was gonna say he knows his Beatle lyrics, even though he hates the Beatles.
I know my judgment on the Beatles is not because of some random arbitrary. I don't like the Beatles. They didn't spell their name right. That's not my feeling about the Beatles. I believe me. I know. We were talking about the Ruddles. Like I laugh like a laughing fellow at the Ruddles because I know everything.
Right.
About the Beatles. I have made a judgment. What does it matter? I made a judgment. Ooh, look at me. I'm on my magic cloud making judgments about things. Who gives a flying fudge? I certainly don't.
John Truson made a judgment.
What did he say?
I was talking to him about an hour ago.
Oh, really? How's he doing?
He's doing very well. He's right on all. He's here.
Shoot.
And I mentioned you, and he said, John Dorsick, good dude. And
excellent.
That's
a judgment.
And that was
John
pretty much the whole
Truson,
conversation.
Dude, yeah.
Because that's John Truson. Doesn't talk
That's
much.
a lot for John.
That is a lot for John. He walked away, and I think he was out of breath after saying that much.
Usually he'll just give you an expression that you have to read. So he actually said words about you that were good.
Brendan Burt. I just say actor when I whisper with a I just say actor, then I whisper with a desk job. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And a routine and a few guitars that look great on the wall. All right. As you do. You have guitars as well.
I do. Brendan, get those guitars off the wall, man.
Yeah, get them down and
play those suckers, or don't play them. Play them terribly. However well you play them. And guitars are beautiful decorations. And if you don't, you don't. But do it. Give yourself an hour a week. Play that funky music.
White boy.
I'm not going to assume he's white, but
he is. He's white and bald, like me.
All right, delicious.
And Andy Plajanos, I love my fudge mid-flight.
Amen.
Hey, well, thanks for the segue. Because speaking of guitars, One of the things I have down here to talk about today, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame came out with their latest set of nominees.
Did they? Let's hear it.
Lindy's Own got nominated.
Probably the strongest person on this year's ballot. In my opinion.
We were talking about that. Were we talking about this last time?
Were we?
Maybe. Hit me. What do we got?
All right,
let's talk about this.
Yeah, we were complaining about like who wasn't on that should have been on like years ago.
Yeah, there was a couple. There was a couple that I liked, but Benatar.
How many people get nominated every year?
Oh, plenty.
Yeah.
But
like 50?
No, it's like maybe 10.
Oh, all right. So
and then
let's
they
hear
take like half of them. All right, so we mentioned Lindy's Own from Lindenhurst, New York, not too far from here. Pat Benatar.
Pat Benatar, wonderful person.
Oh yeah.
I know people who still know her, still keep in touch. Go
Nice.
out, like they. After Sandy, she did a benefit concert.
Oh, did she?
She
Nice.
did. She's awesome, and her husband's story is beautiful.
Yeah.
What's the story?
Well, they've been married for like 40 years, which is a rarity in that business.
Yeah.
You know?
He walked in. She said he walked in when they were making the first album, and I think the label compiled some musicians, and he walked in. What's his name?
Neil Giraldo.
Neil Giraldo, right?
And what is he, a good guitarist or something?
Guitarist,
guitar player,
great guitarist.
Yeah.
And he walked in, and she just went, "Daddy."
She went, "I'm warm for your form."
Yes,
just like that.
I want you. I'm watching like the 5-second delay.
Yeah.
I'm watching my hands muppet around.
Right.
I'm like, who is that idiot? Oh,
Kate Bush has been nominated.
Kate.
Oh, nice.
So how is this? I'm going to say something that's also. I never say anything that's not, but I believe. Kate Bush is possibly. As much as I love Pat Benatar, I love a lot of things. Kate Bush is the greatest, most perfect star in the entire world.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's
in
a
the
big
sky.
statement right
I love
there.
her.
Kate Bush is perfection. She's greatness.
Wow.
She is everything. They have her first song, Wuthering Heights.
Oh, right. I forgot about that song.
Thank God she re-recorded it for her greatest hits album a few years later, because it's a 17-year-old's very high, reedy. It's kind of piercing, her vocals on it. She redid it. But in the original video, she does this interpretive dance. And she's wearing this beautiful red dress, and she does this interpretive dance. It's very late 70s. It's
Okay.
very, very new, and it's she's giving it her all, and it's beautiful, but it can certainly be, if you don't have a great love for Kate Bush, it could be thought of silly. Well, anyway, I believe it was during COVID or maybe before COVID, but all over the world they have Wuthering Heights flash mobs.
Oh, okay.
Where
That's funny.
You'll have, and they're it's literally all over the world, and it's on YouTube. And like hundreds of people get together wearing the red dress, and they play the song, and they do her,
Yeah.
high on the heart, there's a Heathcliff, and all that. They do it. So how's this? Only Kate Bush could have people doing that.
Yeah, because
Only
it
the
makes you
pure-
happy. You feel like a dork, but it makes you happy.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
she's so good.
Her voice.
Her voice, and she's written everything she does. Like she writes it all.
She's cool.
The second side of Hounds of Love is like it's this song cycle combination of, and when back in the day when you used to make mixed tapes,
Sure.
she has. So I think there are 3 ways of making mixtapes. There was the 2 heretical ways, and then the brilliant way. One, you'd make your mixtape. You'd have 1 minute and 30 seconds left. You would tape the minute and 30 seconds of one song and then continue it on the next side.
Yep.
Heretical, disgusting,
Yeah.
horrible.
Awful.
Then there were the people who would just leave 1 minute and 30 seconds blank, and then go on. And that's a little bit better. Certainly, if we were in improv, it's certainly
Have a
more
little
fruitful
meditative
choice.
moment to think about, what you just heard.
Maybe play to see if the Dolby actually did cut the tape hiss at all. B, C, nothing. Woo!
And what's the genius way?
Well, I think the highest, the most fruitful way is to compile songs of 30, 40, 60
Yeah, no,
couldn't
couldn't do that. But that is
what I
great.
would do because
That's what you would do?
I didn't lose my virginity till 35. So I had time on my hands. And so Dream of Sheep was like 1 minute and 20 seconds. So if you had 1 minute and 20 seconds, Dream of Sheep, or maybe it's even less than that, you could throw that in there. And that was always on my mixed tapes. That would always be on, the end of at least one of the sides.
Oh, nice.
Then there's some like Dead Kennedy stuff you throw in there.
I would listen to this.
Punk tunes.
How much of a geek I am, because I didn't
Hit me.
because I was a virgin till 36.
I
It
might have been you I was with.
Because I didn't want to, because an artist puts out an album and the track listing, they had a reason for that track listing. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want to mess with that. I didn't want to mess with their vision. So what I would do, if the song was too long, I would actually pause in a certain spot and then unpause it so that the ending comes in. So I basically would shorten the song so it fits, and then I would play the full version to start side B.
That's good. That's good.
That's
Gotta
how much
really
of a
love
geek
that
I am.
song though. To like hear it twice.
Good geekdom. That's like when
Full of geekdom right here, man.
Short story long. My friend, blah blah blah. He's studying for the bar. For some reason, he bought like at a dollar bin. He bought Inagata Devita.
Oh, nice.
And they were listening to Inagata Devita. Him and his roommate constantly.
17 minutes of it. All 17 minutes.
17 minutes. Well, yes,
Or
17
19?
minutes.
I think 17.
It's something ridiculous like that. So we were down. So after they took the bar, a bunch of us went down to New Orleans. And so, you did when you were young, we went to a strip club.
Yay!
And we walk in, the most like desultory, like, hey, you want us to dance for you? They were not. And our glorious forms didn't excite them any more than they already were. So we walk in, and my friend like puts down whatever it was, $5, a tin of coffee, whatever they charge in the place. It was a place everybody knows. It's the one where the legs come out over the street. There's like mannequin legs that swing out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I forget the name of it. And so she's going, next song's your song. So he's like, all right. He wanted a lap dance. No, I think it was whatever the heck. Who cares? And so all of a sudden, the next dance is mine. And all of a sudden you hear,
smart man. And the girl's like, fuck.
Well, we're like, oh my God, he's the luckiest dude in the world. He's going to be paying like 10 cents a minute.
Smart man.
Well, then again, just when you think that, it
was a single version?
Single version.
Was it 2 minutes, 15 seconds?
Single version. It's like 2 minutes. It's literally bam, 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 bam. I'm like, what the hell? She had like half a shirt sleeve off.
Yeah, right.
Now you get out of here. Ran out of there.
I should have went with George Winston. Like I had like, do you know him? It's like he does Windham Hill, like music. But Tony made a CD for me, and he's like, there's only like 4 songs on this whole CD, right? I'm like, I know. It's just like one song is
forever.
But it's Windham Hill stuff, so it's like ding, ding, ding. There's like 3 notes a minute.
Yeah.
Right.
But George Winston had like
Autumn. Like I love that album.
Yeah, but earlier on, I think he had like there's like a scatty song.
Oh, really? Did he have something going on? Well, they're not boring. None of his songs are slow and boring.
No, but I remember, maybe it's George. I think it's George Winston. He was a guitar player, right?
No, piano player.
Oh, okay.
Piano
George
composer.
Benson you're thinking of.
George Benson I'm
George
thinking of.
Benson.
Thank you.
He's not on the list.
Who's on the list?
So Kate Bush.
Kate Bush.
I would honestly,
everything you're saying about her, I feel about somebody else who's on this list.
All right, hit me.
But so far, those two should have been on already.
Yes.
100% right.
Yeah.
Devo is on the list.
100% right. The greatest band, Devo, is genius.
Wow.
Devo is
different.
It actually says
original.
here, New Wave Oddballs Devo. That's what it says in this article.
They were philosophers. The whole idea of devolution was an actual.
Yes.
It was a conceptual art piece. They started in Ohio. What's the college where the
Springfield.
Well, they used Springfield.
Cleveland.
When they were
Cincinnati.
when they were shooting the 4 protesters.
Oh, Kent State.
Kent State. Jerry Casale, the bassist, was watching the assassinations
Oh, no
by the
kidding.
National Guard. He
Chrissy
was there.
Hind was there too.
Really?
From the Pretenders? Yeah, she was there for that.
I was there too. Everyone was there.
She's got to be in already.
Oh, she's
right?
been in, yes.
Yeah. But anyway, Devo was brilliant. They're
yes.
absolutely brilliant.
I like the list. Most of them are not people that I'm huge fans of, but my issue is there are other bands that have been ignored that should be in before these guys, in my opinion. So next is Duran Duran.
Very pleasant.
Yeah. Eminem.
Oh, he should have been in already, right? Or
I
is
think
it
this
just
is
a
his
rock
first-
and roll thing?
Isn't this his first year?
I do believe this
I think
is his
these are all
first year of
people who were
eligibility.
first. Eminem's brilliant, man.
Now,
He's-
everything
as
you
a rapper, he's
everything you said
brilliant.
about Kate Bush is how I feel about the singer of this group, the Eurythmics. Annie Lennox to me is perfection.
How have they not been in?
Yeah, I know.
I love her.
She is perfection. Judas Priest.
She went to high school with Joe Jackson.
Who did?
Yeah?
Annie Lennox.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought she was British. Joe Jackson is...
Joe Jackson.
He's British?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know much about him. I know his
Not
a lot
Michael
of his
Jackson's
songs.
father.
Right.
Right. A terrible man, Joe Jackson. Oh, Joe Jackson's amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
He's a dude that I can't believe that they haven't made a jukebox musical with his music.
Yes.
His music
I agree
is
with
so
that.
good. It's so dramatic. It tells so many stories. It's very...
He's one of those people that everybody knows those songs, but his name isn't...
Yeah.
Really? You think so?
I think so, yeah. I don't think a lot of people...
that's your...
but it should be.
yeah, he's... Oh, my God.
Fela Kuti,
I don't know who that is.
Afrobeat pioneer.
Yes. Fela is... Yeah, there was... I think there was a Broadway show using his music.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, he should be in there because incredibly influential.
Yeah.
Peter Gabriel.
Yes.
Peter Gabriel had him.
That's where I know the name.
Yeah.
MC5, they were a band from the 60s.
Say it again.
MC5. Yeah.
I don't really know.
Huge political.
Yes, that's them, yes.
Matter of fact, I was just listening to my new favorite podcast, No Dogs in Space. It's a musical podcast, and they did the they did the Stooges, and the MC5 figure heavily into it. And the MC5, one of the great stories is, they were super political, super left-wing political,
right.
And they were playing the Fillmore East, and they showed up just because they didn't trust them all to get to the show separately on time, so they sent a limo, and so they showed up in a limo, and all of the, their communist following basically saw them in a limo and went
sold
nuts.
out, man.
Yeah, it was crazy. But the MC5, Kick Out the Jams.
Oh, right,
is their
yes.
big done a remake. I think it was done by Henry Rollins and I can't remember the backing band who did it, but it's really
Yeah,
good.
I
It was
just
in the
know
Pump Up
Henry
the
Rollins.
Volume soundtrack.
All right, so the next one you like, the New York Dolls.
Here's the thing. I'm not a big New York Dolls fan.
Oh, wow.
No.
I'm surprised to hear that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, there's a
Never
couple.
mind.
There's who else I'm not a big fan of? I know this is anathema to the old punk. I'm not a big
The
Ramones
Clash.
fan.
Oh.
The Clash are the greatest things in the world. Not a big Ramones fan. I just listened to their No Dogs in Space like 5. And I made my way through it.
They weren't, from a musician standpoint, they were not. They just hit the right nerve. They hit the right groove. They had the right attitude. But musician-wise, they weren't the best musicians.
No. And
I don't know if that's what.
No, and it's
does
not
it for
even
you.
like. I mean, like I love bubblegum pop music. I love it. I think "Yummy Yummy Yummy" is in the top 5 greatest songs ever written, and I'll fight anyone on it. But I will. But I think the KKK Took My Baby Away that's their best song. I love that song. Interesting story. Joey Ramone dated a black girl, and her parents didn't want her dating a white guy, and they literally took her away.
Wow.
That's what that song was about.
Wow, I didn't know that. Wow. Dolly Parton.
She's not in there. I mean,
Not in
How
there.
is she not in there?
I mean, she's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting it's rock and roll.
Yeah,
That's
rock
why,
and
like,
roll.
why is Eminem in there?
Well, they have other rap artists have been inducted before.
Oh, okay, all right. Then it's
I was
rock and
listening
roll
to
and
Fight.
rap.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, I was talking while you were talking.
No, okay.
Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, Okay.
Great band. I like those guys.
Yeah, I like
I
them
don't know
too.
a lot of their music, but this one I don't like because I'm not a fan. Sorry. Lionel Richie.
Oh.
Here's the thing with Lionel Richie.
Uh,
Lionel Richie, when he was the lead singer of the Commodores.
all right, yes, Commodores are awesome.
Nothing's
Awesome.
better. Nothing's better.
She's a brick. House.
She's mighty.
Yeah, but
letting it all hang out.
that first album that he came out with like Hello on it, like it sold so many albums.
Yeah, no, he's huge. He's incredibly talented and
Dancing on the Ceiling, one of the worst songs ever.
He took the
Agreed 100%.
MTV
Thank you.
but God,
videos seriously.
But
He wrote We Are the World with Michael Jackson. So
keep him out. Don't let him in the rock and roll. Hold on. No, but
All Night Long.
All Night Long.
Yeah.
Just and that's him channeling back his old Commodores days.
Yes.
Like All Night Long is the greatest jam. It's awesome.
But you mentioned like that album with Hello on it. Man, I
Yeah.
just think of that cheesy video with the blind
Yeah.
girl
God.
who made the clay head of his that looked nothing like him. And she was hot, by the way.
And but he's stalking her. She's a blind girl. Like, dude,
Yeah.
I would love to see a side by side of that video with the scene where Clarice Starling
Yeah.
is going through what's his name's house, and he's like touching her, and and he's got the night vision goggles on, and hello, is it me or sorry, Mister? Sorry, Doctor.
And we got to get a little
Is
thing
it
of,
me you're looking for?
and we got to get a little thing of Lionel Richie in there saying, "I'd fuck me." Carly Simon, who should have been in there already.
Yeah, she's great.
Delightful.
A Tribe Called Quest.
By the way, Carly Simon of the Simon and Schuster Publishing Company.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't think she was. Who knows? Who knows?
Ex-wife of James Taylor.
She's not skipping any meals.
A Tribe Called Quest, and
Awesome. No, oh my God.
Yeah?
I've
not
never heard of them.
five.
Really?
Tribe Called Quest? No.
Tribe
Quest.
Called Quest.
Nope.
Oh wow.
Like what era?
90s? 90s. Late 80s?
Did they start? I think they started
Like
late 80s
alternative
into-
music?
oh,
What kind of music?
No, rap.
Oh, okay. That's
Rap,
why I don't
yeah.
know. Sorry.
Oh
I'm
my
bad
God,
about
they're
that.
so good. Matter of fact, I was listening on FUV on my way here. They were playing. Public Enemy, Fight the Power.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm screaming in the
Long
car.
Island Zone.
Freeport. And Elvis was I hear the most, but he don't mean screaming it.
Last but not least, Dionne Warwick.
Is she still alive?
She is still alive. One of my mother's favorites.
A very lovely voice.
Sure.
Did she do you know The Way to Santa Fe? Was that her?
I think that was her. I think so. She did a lot of Burt Bacharach tunes.
That Burt Bacharach, not a rock and roller.
No.
Great songs, though.
Put on that Burt Bacharach. We're getting high.
Never gonna fall in love again.
Pass the cocaine.
I'm never gonna fall in love again.
Yeah, Satan. Yeah, baby.
Well, I guess you don't know then. You play those records backwards.
Oh, that's a good point.
That's right.
So how many do they usually take?
They'll probably take like half of that.
Just half? So you get like your hopes up that like let's say one of them doesn't get picked. Do they revisit it or they don't?
No, a lot of them do get revisited. Yes.
Do they say only 10 will get in or
It's
8
never
will get
that
in?
full. It's never the full list.
Okay.
Sorry.
But it'll be 5 or 6 or 7 or
Yeah.
is it always like 5?
It's probably. I think it's around 5 or 6. It might even be 6 or 7. Yeah, it's around there somewhere. I don't know if they have a set number every year. I really don't know.
And how many weeks does it take till you finally hear?
This is February. I think we'll probably hear like maybe April. I think.
For April Fool's Day, when Knockem Dead Comedy is doing their show.
Whoa, that was a bad segue.
Yeah, I know.
But I don't. But Foreigner, Boston, Bad Company, Free, Sammy Hagar is a solo artist. You know, these people are not in the Rock Hall of Fame.
1910 Fruit Gum Company.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
The Monkees. The Monkees belong in the Hall of Fame.
I can go with that.
Those are people that, in my opinion, belong in there before almost everybody on this list.
What are the
Almost
rules? You have to have an album that was like #1 for 10 years ago. Like there's something.
You can't be nominated unless
There
it has
are
to be.
rules.
It has to be 25 years after your first album.
Okay, so it's really
But
older
beyond that,
people.
I really don't know what the rules are.
Just any album that came out or a successful album?
No, that's not to be successful because there's a lot of, down, underground people that have been in there.
So you just have to be in the industry for 25 years.
Oh, hang on. I missed Beck. Beck is also on this list. Sorry. I missed Beck.
Beck
Beck's
should have
gotta
been.
get in there.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, I think Beck's great.
I have my anti-Scientology thing, but
Is Beck Scientology?
yeah, he is. He's pretty.
Yeah, I did know that because I actually looked into him. I forget why I looked into him, but I was looking him up like a couple of months ago, and because he just seems interesting to me. And then I looked him up, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, what is it? Why is that?
Because it makes you feel like it's like someone who just doesn't have a brain. So I just lose complete respect. There's so much out about the Scientologists, and I'm like, if you're in it, you either you're so famous that you love sunshine blown up your ass that you're willing to not look at what they do to other people there, or you're just mindless. So I get really kind of I lose respect for them. So I was like, too bad. I liked his music.
All right, so this will answer a lot of questions. The artists must have released their first commercial recording 25 years earlier than the year of nomination.
Okay.
So this is the first year of eligibility for Eminem. This is the 6th nomination for MC5, the 4th nomination for Rage Against the Machine. This is the 3rd nomination for Kate Bush, Judas Priest, the New York Dolls, and Devo. This is the 2nd nomination for Dionne Warwick, the Eurythmics, and Fela Kuti. It is Pat Benatar's 2nd nomination. The Rock Hall inductees are decided upon by a body of more than 1,000 artists, industry members, and historians. Fans have the opportunity to contribute to the selection process by voting every day at vote.rockhall.com. The 5 artists who receive the most votes of these 17 nominees will be tallied among the other ballots to ultimately decide the class of 2022. They will be revealed in May, and then the ceremony itself taking place in the fall.
All right. Well, I think it's a little unfair the way they do that. 1,000 people, or how many people are make the decision besides fans writing in?
I don't know.
Just because, like people like Dionne Warwick, for example. Like my first question was, is she still alive? So who's alive to vote for her? That so like the younger artists might get in before the older artists. So I think it's a little unfair. You should just go by like how many albums sold.
I mean, then you wouldn't have people who were inspirational to people who, you know what I mean? Someone like the Velvet Underground. As Eno said, not a lot of people bought their first album, but everyone who bought it went out and created a band.
Yeah.
Like the Velvet Underground, like you wouldn't have alternative music if it wasn't for the Velvet Underground.
Yeah. But you look at like Best of Long Island, like the places that win sometimes, it's sometimes companies have hired other companies to vote every day for them. So like it's got to be like a little more not so
Yeah, I mean there's
in the hands of people manipulating the internet.
Yeah, no, I've seen on BroadwayWorld.com. I have seen many, mostly people on there who deserve their wins.
Oh, yeah.
Most certainly. But I have certainly seen a couple wins on there where you're like, Okay.
Yes.
Somebody's wife had nothing to do and was blinking on the old computer all day long.
I don't like stuff like that.
Yeah, and most of it is. I mean, the other thing that they don't talk about on this is that just like the Hollywood Walk of Fame, you have to pay.
Yeah.
You pay for your award. You pay. So basically, if you've got some, Hambone McAllister, some old blues dude who should, be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Well, you're going to be, maybe some of these people have been nominated and haven't gotten in because they don't have the $20,000 to give them or whatever it is.
Yeah, I wonder what it is.
And it's
It
sizable.
is a few thousand. Yeah.
A few thousand or $20,000.
I don't know if it's that high, but it is.
If it's like $3,000,
No, I think it's pretty sizable. Plus,
is it? You think it is like around 20?
And then you have to buy tickets. Like they don't give you the tickets. You have to buy the tickets for your table. And I think I remember the $20,000. It's either the Hollywood Walk of Fame is $20,000 that you have to pay. There's something $20,000 is sticking in my head.
I do remember when Steve Miller was inducted. He was complaining. He went, but he complained that this is a farce, and he couldn't believe he had to pay for his wife to come, and the whole band had to pay if they wanted seats, and he just blasted them. He took the award, but he blasted them.
Yeah.
And I think he even said he'll never go back or something like that. But
yeah,
Steve Miller.
So maybe when people are nominated, they're like,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Don't pick me, people. I need a new car.
Andy Plajanos, if Pat Benatar doesn't get in this time, we should burn it all down. Talking about putting together our mixtapes because we had time on our hands. Andy Plajanos says that wasn't just time on your hands. Brendan Burt.
Oh, you saucy.
Brendan Burt. Patti Smith's husband was in MC5, I believe.
You're 100% right. He was.
Okay. Wow. But then he was in her band, wasn't
Fred
he?
Sonic Smith, I believe it was. No, that's wrong. Yeah, matter of fact, yes, he was in Patti Smith's band. And her album after he passed, Gone Again, I think it's called, black cover. So good. And that song, Gone Again, I think it's Gone Again.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, it's so good. She's so good.
Oh, she's
Patti
good.
Smith
Yeah,
is
like
the
Patti.
greatest.
Plagano say glam bands and arena rock owe a lot to the New York Dolls.
Very true.
Brendan
That's
Burt
why
disagrees.
I don't like them.
It puts the lotion in the basket or it dances on the ceiling again.
Brendan's a delight.
That was from Andy Plajanos.
Oh, Andy.
Brendan Burt is fairly new. Yes, he's a new part of our family here. Beansy says good morning, and then Brendan Burt says still no love for the Replacements. Lame. Yeah, there's a lot of bands that we can talk about that aren't there that should be there.
Another anathematic? Yeah, sure, why not? Another anathematic statement I'm going to make. No fan of the Replacements.
No what?
There's no fan of the Replacements. As a punk, as a former giant mohawk that lived in my car after getting thrown out of my house.
Yeah.
Not crazy. Although, Can't Hardly Wait, top 10 greatest songs of all time. They've got a couple great songs, but they have so much. I mean, Answer Machine's brilliant. They've got a couple good songs, but I'm paying for a ticket. I'm not making a lot of money. When I was young, working hard, I finally got $10 to go see the Replacements. I get in. This is going to be great. They get on stage, they throw up on each other and pass out. No music. I'm pissed.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm out.
That's like Van Morrison anger. You ever go to a Van Morrison concert?
Yeah,
He's done that too.
He just plays a lot of stuff. He plays whatever he feels like.
He'll
basically.
just. I went one time and it was like a really important first time out in a really long time. Saved. Went to go see him. He decided it was jazz night. And all the people in the audience were like, "Come on, play this song," and he's like, "Rah."
Tonight's the night for the jazz exploration.
Yeah, I feel like if people are going to see you, you have like an obligation.
That is why. That is my in the pantheon of old folk people. Leonard Cohen is better than Dylan.
Yeah.
First of all, Leonard Cohen's better than Dylan. Stop with your whole.
Yeah.
If you're 17, oh man, Dylan changed. No, Dylan's crap. Is he crap? Yeah, he's crap. Flowery, purple, stupid poetry. Hate him. Leonard Cohen is the man. Leonard Cohen is genius. And Leonard Cohen, they had a great the Jewish Museum.
Hallelujah, for those of you who may not know.
Well,
Leonard
one of
Cohen.
many great songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
And once again, speaking about the Velvet Underground, John Cale, who is in the Velvet Underground, his version of Hallelujah, which was done
Whose
in
version?
81, John Cale.
I don't know who that is.
No one does.
Oh.
He produced. He was in the Velvet Underground. He played bass and viola, experimental, but he produced a lot of artists who you know. His version of Hallelujah, which he did on an album in 81, 83, something like that.
Better than Shrek?
So Leonard Cohen's version of Hallelujah has a bunch of different verses in this and that. John Cale basically compiled the verses that we know today, and it's his version that everybody
Oh, is that true?
does a cover of. Yes.
Who's that guitarist who drowned, who I like?
And his father also died.
Tim and
Jeff Buckley.
Jeff Buckley, thank you.
His version. So is it that version? Because Jeff Buckley's version
Jeff
is like, I
Buckley-
don't care what anyone says. That's the best version I've ever heard of
Jeff
Hallelujah.
Buckley is doing John Cale's version.
That's awesome.
It is, and it's beautiful. John Cale is Welsh, and he is very specific in his. It's beautiful, but it's just very.
He's the only one left, right, from that band, from the Velvet Underground.
I believe so. Sterling Morrison died in mid-90s. Mo Tucker, I think, is
is she still alive?
Still
The drummer?
around, spouting fucking some crazy political shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's gone a little.
What's that other song of Leonard Cohen? The one that Billy Joel did a.
Oh, Light as the Breeze. Oh, that's a good song.
Isn't that the most amazing song?
I like Save the not Save the Last
Saved by
Dance
the
for
Bell.
Me.
Dance Me to the End of Love.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Wow, what a
Very
song,
sexy.
man.
He's just such a sexy writer.
The guy's like at the Jewish Museum, they had a whole enormous Leonard Cohen, the whole museum. It had all different kinds of really cool installations. Like not only were they showing like video of concerts and stuff, but they had an organ that each key was like one line of his poetry, and you could create
nice.
poems.
Oh,
You'd
wow.
go to the organ and just create poems from different
Never
lines.
heard of that. That's amazing.
It was fantastic.
I have words of. I come out with creative things to say when you touch my organ.
Yes. Yes, he does.
Poetic.
It's mostly just.
Sometimes.
It's mostly just thank you.
Dance me to the end of love. Dance me for another 28 seconds.
And I read like Leonard Cohen was talking to Bob Dylan about like I think Cohen asked like how long it took him to write, because how long does it take you to write a song? He's like, I don't know. I never really thought about it. How long did it take you to write Hallelujah? And it took him like close to 2 years to write that song.
Really?
Yeah. And Bob Dylan was like, he goes, I'm seriously completely honest with you. It never has taken me more than like 15 minutes to write a song. And Cohen was like, are you kidding me?
I spend 15 minutes on the toilet. I think there's an analogy there. Oh my God, all the hippies going to Bob Dylan's chamber. Shut up. You know what he does now, Bob Dylan?
Leonard Cohen really had a lot of respect for Dylan. They were really they were close.
Everyone did. But Leonard Cohen is so brilliant because he's also funny as hell. Everyone thinks he's the saddest guy in the world.
I would have thought he was sad.
He is so funny. In that museum thing, there's this one interview he does. He's so good. He really, so going back, like he had such a sense of respect for the crowd. Like he would not ever do anything half-assed. And that's Dylan.
That's
would show
why we
up,
got on him, because we were talking about the concert you saw where they were barfing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Van Morrison, like Leonard Cohen would never do that.
Right.
He on that point, there's a famous concert. I think it was the first one he did in Israel. Not sure about that. He had taken acid right beforehand. He gets up and I think he did Marianne. Hold on, Marianne, right? Something like that. And just halfway through, he was like, I'm terrible. And he left.
Oh.
And he just left the stage because he's like, I'm not giving the people what they need.
Well, now he's giving them nothing.
Well, so he goes into his dressing room and he's just holding his hand. He's holding his head in his hands. And he hears finally after like a little while of him like being just totally, because he had horrible stage fright, horrible self-doubt. And he hears everybody like for 15 minutes they're singing. Like the entire
Oh, no kidding.
place is singing like the song, and he came out
me
and
cry.
they
That's
just
cool.
exploded, and he finished the concert.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
That's
I mean, his voice was,
Well, like Dylan. Yeah,
like
not
it's
great.
not, it's not like, I mean, it really was just the poetry that people wanted to hear.
yeah, and he
Or someone else doing his songs.
there's a French fanzine came out with a CD in the early 90s called I'm Your Fan. He has a song I'm Your Man, which is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Elton John did that one. Yep.
No.
Elton John did I'm Your Man.
Oh, he did I'm Your Man. Yes. Because there was
That tribute album.
There was a big label tribute album.
Right.
And then there was this French fanzine that did this tribute album for him. And it's all like independent. I mean, R.E.M's on it. The guitarist from Echo and the Bunnymen's on it. The Pixies do a couple songs. It's amazing. But now we're really going into Leonard Cohen. But there's one album that he did, which should have been the best, Death of a Ladies' Man. The songs are amazing. And he had good old... Peaked in 1971 and shouldn't have been allowed into a recording studio again. Phil Spector, and he certainly shouldn't have been allowed in a gun shop, or at a dating pool.
Yes,
true. But he produced that album, and it's awful. The songs are so good, and it's awful. I'm going all over the place now. But
no, it's okay.
And the songs from Death of a Ladies' Man. Death of a Ladies' Man is just a great album title.
Andy Pagano's French Fanzine is the name of my death metal band.
Oh, that's good.
DJ D Love, your show is boring today. Thank you, DJ D Love. Just like your phone calls.
Is it DJ D Love? Well,
Elton John did every man, says your friender.
Well.
And speaking of music, we're all over the place with music today. Today is Graham Nash's 80th birthday.
Oh, wow.
One of my favorites.
You
Graham
love
Nash.
him.
I
You
do.
love him.
And what a body of work. Again, you talk about some great songs, and I think a lot of people don't put the name to it, but Our House, Teach Your Children, Just a Song Before I Go, Wasted on the Way, Carrie Ann, going back to the Hollies.
Sweet Judy Blue Eyes? Is that him?
Well, it's Stills, but Nash sings on it.
Still,
but
okay.
Stills wrote it.
All right, hey.
Marrakesh Express, Immigration Man, some great songs.
Yeah,
Graham
and I don't
Nash.
know if you know the story. You probably do because you know so much about music. But when we went to a Nash concert, and the piano player, do you know who his piano player is?
No.
So
Beethoven?
he explains this almost
cool.
as cool story. So he explains the story on stage. Like, this is our piano player. He's been with us for like a few years, and he's fantastic. And this is after you're listening to him play. Turns out he's David Crosby's son. But
Bing Crosby?
No, David Crosby. Here's where it gets really crazy. So the kid, who's like, what do you think? He's like 30, 40 now?
No, he's older than that.
You think?
Yeah, he's probably around 60, actually.
He wants to find out who his birth parents are. So he goes and he finds out. He's like, David Crosby's my...
Oh, he didn't know
He didn't
was
know.
David.
He knew he was adopted. And David Crosby didn't even know that he was born. Like the mother...
No, he knew.
Oh, he knew?
Yeah.
He knew that there was a kid out there that was like put up for adoption?
He wasn't
early. It was
he
like
wasn't
so
famous
young.
yet. Yeah, he didn't have a lot of money. He wasn't married to the girl. They decided it was better to just put this kid up for adoption.
But
yeah.
the kid was like such a piano player, so into everything, and then he comes to find out, he's like, "Are you kidding me?" And he comes to find out, so he of course, David Crosby's great and meets with him and has a great relationship with him now. And then Nash needed a piano player. He's like, "Are you kidding me?" It's like so crazy of a story.
So he talks to
He
the
just
son, but he doesn't talk to.
Yeah, I
David
don't
Crosby?
know if he's still playing piano for him now.
All
But
right.
yeah, they have.
when we saw him, he was
Yeah, but they were
That's
still
cool.
talking at the time.
I don't think he'd fire his kid over that.
He
No.
doesn't have a regular. He doesn't. I don't think he works on him right now. But
Oh.
Immigration Man is the worst superhero ever," said Andy Plajanos.
Just hangs out at the border with a clipboard, not letting other superheroes
that's funny.
and
All right, so
Has DJ D-Love said what he wants to hear?
I'm
just here for him.
He said his show is better.
What is his show?
Well,
have a show
he
'cause
doesn't have a
Sallie
show,
won't
but
let
one
him.
day he did a show in here. We let him take over one day back in August. And of course, ever since he's been bugging me to do it again. So insulting our show is not going to get you back in here, DJ.
No, I as an artist, as a spilling meat bag, your friends will give you compliments. The people, the people you don't know are going to give you, what you really need to hear. So I say we just don't talk, and we just read like a teleprompter what DJ D Love.
Well, and he's now telling me that Joe Beansy agrees with him. Beansy is another one of our viewers. We've actually discussed that. I forget who it was, but somebody once dared us to just stare into the camera for the whole show and not say a word.
Really?
I have no.
Yeah, you don't remember that? And we actually discussed the possibility of there was one day I came really close to, all right, let's do it. We discussed doing it. We never had the balls to do it.
A Dada-esque.
We could totally do it because both of us, like both you and I, like we're quiet people. Like you wouldn't be surprised how quiet we are. Like at home, like it's a very quiet, peaceful house. You'd think like Tony would be all, but he's like peaceful.
Well, because we talk so much. We're in here.
We're
in here 8 hours a week just for this show. Then sometimes we're on Saturday nights. You're engineering almost all the shows in here, so you talk on those sometimes.
Yeah.
And then during the fall, when I'm, we're at White Post Farms, and every Saturday and Sunday for 9 hours, I'm on a microphone talking.
I don't know how you.
I've never talked this much in my life. So when I get home, I'm tired of hearing me.
Sure.
And I just don't want to do it anymore. DJ says he is taking a vote today on Instagram, and let's see how is better than that. Let's see how is better than how. What? And let's see
blink.
How is better than how. I don't know what he's trying to say.
Cow brown cow.
Well, you know what? This is what I say we do. Are you familiar with John Cage's experimental piece called 4 minutes 33 seconds?
I don't think so.
It's a very famous piece of experimental music where it's 4 minutes and 33 seconds long, and a piano player, a real piano player, comes out. He sits at the piano, and for 4 minutes and 33 seconds, he does not play anything.
Oh.
And the piece is the audience's reaction to it.
Oh, I like that.
That is what is very famous. It was done in the 50s for the first time. So I say
think
maybe
I saw
how
it,
long
and
is
after a
this?
while you hear like some giggles, and I think I saw it.
It's really cool, and so symphonies are basically structured sound-wise as 4 parts of it, and it's louder, softer, louder, and loudest, and it's kind of what happens with 4 minutes 33.
Well, what's his name? The famous mime. He put out an album. The whole album is nothing.
Really?
And
that's Marcel Marceau,
yes.
right? Yeah.
I was going to say Sirhan. I knew that was wrong.
He was angry because of his inability.
Andy Pagano says it was him. He wanted us to just sit here and not talk. He also wanted us to get midgets that look like us.
Well, I'm already a midget, so.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know if we can find anybody shorter than you.
No, maybe my sister.
Although at that point, to find somebody short, it would just be a pair of big tits.
Blink, blink.
All right, so should we do 4 minutes and 33 seconds?
Let's do 4 minutes and 33 seconds.
You want to?
You don't want to?
Oh, I could do it.
Let's do the opposite of that and just scream for 4 minutes and 33 seconds.
I bet these guys would love that. They'd be running in here.
Fantastic.
I'll set the timer. 4 minutes and 33 seconds.
33 seconds.
Now, do we have to stare into the camera, or can we look anywhere? Like, what are we doing? We're just sitting here.
Can I go pee-pees? No, I'm kidding.
Can we attempt to have a conversation without speaking? Can we try that? Well,
we could use sign language.
Yeah, that would be like sign language, or. I guarantee I'd be the first to break though if we did that.
Which is that the camera that's on?
That one.
That one's the one that's on?
That camera is the one that's on. Yes.
All right.
So we're just staring at the camera for 4 minutes and 33 seconds. All right. Here we go.
We're doing it?
We're doing it.
This is
right?
an homage.
Sure.
Why John Cage isn't in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I don't know. Fame. Hall of Flame. That would be cool. Well, that's when Pat Benatar doesn't get nominated. We burn it down. It'll be the Hall of Flame. Fantastic. I'm up for it. I'm excited. Is this bad? Is this idea bad? Or are we going to get in trouble?
Trouble with who?
I don't know. The powers that be. The governor.
The governor.
The governor.
No. Andy Pagano says, no screaming. We are not Yoko Ono. So no screaming.
I loved it. I am so excited for this.
Okay.
4 minutes and 33 seconds. We are going. So right here, right now, I don't think it's been done in a while. Maybe it is. Who knows? There's a bunch of them on YouTube.
Yeah.
So we are now performing. We are performing John Cage's famous, not interpret. What's the word I'm looking for?
Tribute.
A tribute. Well, no, we're performing it. We are performing
our version,
John
our cover.
Cage's 4 minutes and 33 seconds, one of the most famous modern music pieces in existence. I'm so excited for this.
I will occasionally show you guys the timer to see where we're at.
I don't think we should.
No?
I think it's 4 minutes and 33 seconds. We do absolutely nothing. And then the piece
Okay.
is what you start doing. It's however you want to fill this in.
Right.
This is very exciting.
All right, so we will. So I'll read the comments after the 4:33.
Excellent.
All right.
Perfect.
Sally O'Neill, you ready?
I'm in.
John Dorsick, are you ready?
Yep.
All right. Here we go. Hitting the button now. 4:35.
A minute is a really long time.
Whew.
I'm excited that we're now a John Cage cover band. I love that so much. I can't even tell you.
You, my friend, are a professional.
Oh
my God.
we're sorry to sorry to we stopped the fart jokes and the complaining about wives for a paean to a conceptual musical artist.
And that's why I almost lost it. Andrew Fremder says, I think I just heard a mouth fart, which was probably me. Man, that was tough. I was laughing my ass off.
Yeah, why you had like no laughing? You were like giddy, like a little
Yeah,
schoolgirl.
that's great.
That was
You
great.
were a professional. You just sat, like you
that
barely
is-
moved.
That is my contribution to the piece. We all it is different with each person. That's the magic of do we have anyone?
Yeah, we had.
The governor's like, what the fuck are you idiots doing?
Well, just as we were starting, I saw Andrew Fremder's comment that said Elton John is in the Hall of Flame. So right away, I'm ready to laugh. That's from Andrew Fremder. Andy Flagenos. Usually the crowd does 7 minutes of not making any noise when Jeff Bosey's on stage. Brennan Burt says, I'm married. You are about to do what I call Tuesday. Of course, DJ was picking on us again. He's going to win the voting on Instagram. He'll get me a lottery ticket if we win, but...
DJ must have loved that.
Yeah.
I know.
DJ
now
Lovey
give you
Love.
something to cry about.
Plajanos, I'm going to open a Western-style hot dog shop called Get a Long Hot Doggy. Then he said it will be right next to my nail salon called Just the Tip. Then he said my daughter is a vegan and just found out gelatin is made from hooves.
It's not actually it's not anymore.
They changed it.
Yeah.
Andrew Fremder, this sounds like the crowd if I ever did stand up. Brennan Burt says, okay, Mom and Dad, I'm sorry. Oh, man, am I dead. You guys,
Silent treatment.
You guys should do 1 second more, just to beat the record, says Bojano. So we did. We did 2 seconds more.
Oh, good. So, yeah.
That's a good way to stop the
Suck
spread.
on that, John Cage.
Going to get a major award.
Fremder said this is a good way to stop the spread of COVID. Just stop talking. Brennan Burt says this is exactly like the crowd he had in Philadelphia. Then he says, well done, when we finished. Bojano says, you know what? I think the silence was better.
I'm like, they're just going to ask for more from us.
So now DJ D-Love is asking everybody to text here if his show is better than ours. So he's asking everybody to text here whether they agree or not, and nobody's answered him one way or the other. So there you go.
DJ D-Love, why the judgment?
Why the hate?
One's not better than the other. They're just different.
You can enjoy them all.
Right.
Right.
The rising tide raises all ships. DJ D-Love raises all ships.
That was funny. I thought that was really funny.
That was beautiful. Thank you very much for having the bravery to do that, people. Of course, dead air is the most terrifying thing in the world. That was very well done. Well done. And I love that we performed.
Mm-hmm.
We did.
John Cage's conceptual masterpiece. 4 minutes and 33 seconds. If you go on YouTube, there's hundreds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
My mother actually texted me too, and she told me to stop laughing, which was going to make me laugh
even you
more.
being silent, you get yelled at.
I can't do anything right for my mother.
Can't even be quiet.
I can't even be quiet right.
We're playing the quiet
Frank
game.
is better at being quiet than you are.
Frank would have been quiet and didn't laugh.
And that's, as I said before, why we're comedians. This mom texts.
Right.
You're no good, Jimmy. You can't even be quiet right. Where's the clothespin? It's time for the clothespin again, Jimmy. No, Mom, not the clothespin.
Not that.
It's the clothespin for you, Jimmy.
All right. So I have a picture I wanted everybody to see.
Oh.
Is it after the flyer?
Yes.
Okay. You want it up now or?
Sure. Throw it up, and then it'll be up on there in a minute because we're on a delay. But I want you guys. I don't know. You guys tell me if you know who this is, or maybe it's easy to recognize. I'm not sure, but you guys tell me. Well, show the picture first.
Okay.
So yeah, it's coming up in a second. I'll let you guys take a look at it. Tell me who you think it is, and then I'll tell you who I think it is.
At first, I thought it was Bruce
was.
Jenner. No.
Or Caitlyn Jenner?
Yeah.
That's who I thought it was.
Yeah, that's who I thought
That's
it was.
who I thought it. That's who I thought it was.
I'm looking at it like at a really acute angle here, and to me it looks like Zira from Planet of the Apes.
Oh, right.
Cornelius is, and it looks like Cornelius in the back. But I'm like literally like I'm. It's like a 15-degree angle. I'm looking at it.
So, all right, so there it is. It's popped up on our screen now.
People exclusive photos.
So now you guys are seeing it at home or wherever you're watching from.
It's an attractive lady.
Who do you think that is?
That's the. It's Courtney Cox.
Is it?
John Dorsick is correct. That is Courtney Cox.
Wow.
Look at me.
When I first saw it, I too thought it was Caitlyn Jenner.
Oh no.
No, I really did.
I did. I'm not kidding. I thought it did too.
No, because that's her left leg, and Caitlyn Jenner dresses to the right. So that's just how I knew.
Yeah, it doesn't look like her at all.
Well, and that's my point. When I saw this photo, I was like, "What the hell?" And when I saw who it was, I'm sorry, but and to each their own. And see, some people, Andrew Plajanis thought it was Demi Moore.
That's who I was just about to say that when you finished talking. I was going to say it kind of also looked like.
And then
Demi
he said
Moore.
Gene Hackman. Now
she's wonderful.
I'm sorry, I'm no one to judge. It's their life, but I'm not a fan of plastic surgery. I think Courtney Cox looks. I think that's awful.
Really?
Is that
Yeah,
from
I thought she
plastic
looked terrible.
surgery, or she's just getting older,
No, she's
or
no,
they
you-
just did a big makeup job.
No, you look at pictures. She's had tons of surgery.
Maybe they did because when they do like big makeup jobs, sometimes.
Also, like those are always doctored. The amount of photoshopping
Yeah.
done.
Okay.
But if you're gonna do photoshopping, why bother with the plastic surgery? That's
I just don't. I don't think people age that bad that they need to do that.
that
Maybe
is
they
not
do, though.
true.
No.
No, the
maybe
three of
they
us
do.
have aged beautifully. Well, you guys have aged beautifully. I'm 27. It's been tough.
It's been a rough 27 years.
It's been a rough, goddamn 27 years.
I am the first to admit that I have
You
not
look
aged
good.
well.
You've aged wonderfully. What the hell
So
are you
was
talking
but
about?
so was she. She didn't need to do that.
How do you
don't
know?
Well, that's because she's had tons of procedures.
All right,
done.
but all right. So you go back. If there's a timeline of
We're
when
on
she
till
had
1,
surgery,
right?
what?
Oh, what time are we on till?
We got another 10, 15 minutes.
I'll be back in 2.
You going to get surgery?
I am.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go get my lips plumped. I'll be right back.
2 minutes is all you need to go number 2.
I'm going to go have sex twice.
Andy Plajanos only takes like 10 seconds to poo. Did you know that?
Yeah, Sam's like that. Sam's
he?
like a quick pooer. Like I'm
is he?
shocked sometimes. I'm like, wow.
Why you time him?
No, it's just been around the child for a while.
Brendan Burt has got to run. Thank you, pal.
Bye, Brendan.
He says, great show. Thank you, pal.
Well, you don't know what they look like. Like I kind of think.
But if you did a timeline, if there was such a thing as a timeline that shows and it goes backwards, what she looks like now, going back to when she first started, I would bet money that she still looked pretty damn good and did not need to have surgery.
All right. But how do you know? Like, is there someone with the same bone structure and stuff that you could say, look, they didn't have surgery, and they looked fine, because maybe they don't.
But but that's just a part of life. People age and they.
I'm with you. I just think like honestly, wrinkles on people. It's just laugh lines and the story of their life and everything that happened to them, and I just see it as beautiful. So I'm actually I'm with you. I'm just.
And she was, one of the most beautiful women ever. And even Madonna too. She doesn't even look like herself anymore.
Oh really?
And she's another one. I thought she was looking great. She didn't need to have surgery.
Yes, because she led Madonna, especially from like 30 years out, she lived a very, very healthy life.
Andrew Fremder, they say the camera adds 10 pounds of Botox. Yeah, I don't know. That just makes me sad when I see that.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that. And it's, I don't know, is it helping her? Like, what's it doing for her career? You know, and she made all these great movies? No, she had to resort back to making screen movies. Yeah, we were just...
I'm beautiful again.
Look at his cheeks. They're so much bigger.
I know, right?
And wrinkle-free.
Well, look. Ooh. I'm happy now and fulfilled. Now I'm not.
Like who in Hollywood do you think that's like particularly women, like an older woman who you know for sure she hasn't had anything done that she just looks great? Do you know any?
Diane Keaton.
You know she hasn't had any?
That's what she says. That's what...
Oh, all right. Okay. Yeah, I believe her.
All right.
I'll give you that.
I don't
She's
know.
hot.
I wouldn't lend Diane Keaton $10.
Yes, you would. Well, because you don't have $10 to lend her.
That's true. If she needs my $10, she should. I don't know.
Well, that's exactly what I said while you were gone for 2 minutes.
What?
I said, let's just say that surgery, say it looks good. It's still not helping her career. She's Courtney Cox. She's back to making screen movies. It's not like she's... I mean, she hasn't had a bad career. She's had some other TV shows and stuff since Friends.
Sure.
But you know, I wouldn't say she's an A-list movie star or anything.
How old is she now?
She's a personality. She's a personality.
But she would still be the same personality without the surgery.
Truly. I mean, someone like Susan Sarandon, I don't think she's had much done. I mean, everyone's had something done. You know, I rubbed a little bit of collagen cream on my face this morning.
Well, that's a big difference between what you're talking about and what she's done.
You'd be amazed how bad I would look if it wasn't.
No, I don't believe that.
Redken's collagen cream for men.
And Kirsten O'Flaherty says, yes, Madonna is scary looking now.
Oh, my God. Madonna looks like a grouper.
Exactly.
Horrifying.
I don't know what a grouper is, but I'm agreeing with you anyway.
Big mouth fish.
Oh.
Delicious. If you're down in the Keys, they have grouper sandwiches.
I like to think Madonna's still delicious, but you would probably just taste silicone or something. She's scary what she's done to herself, and it's sad. And I think it's sad. I guarantee Courtney Cox would still look great if she didn't do any of this garbage. She does not look like the same person to me. It angers me.
She looks like an old Olympic athlete who changed their sex.
Who used to be on Chips. He was on Chips towards the end. Yeah, he was.
Oh, really?
I didn't
you
know
guys
that.
remember that?
Nope.
Well, potato chips. I don't know. I mean, she's. Listen. The other thing is this: is it hurting anyone?
No.
She's got the money for it.
Right.
Listen. I mean, what's her name?
Joan Rivers.
Joan Rivers. It did hurt her.
Yeah.
It didn't hurt anyone else. Well, it hurt her family. But
I would think it hurt her grandkids. Hi to grandma.
Or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe the grandkids. I meant her dying.
Yeah.
Like, her going for, but hey, who let your freak flag fly? There are certainly
right. It's her life. I understand
worse
that.
things
yes.
in life. She eats babies.
Courtney Cox?
Yeah.
She eats babies.
Yes, she loves them. Well, that's everyone in Hollywood. That's
Baby
the way
eaters?
you get cast. I've been up for films.
And you won't eat them.
I won't eat them. They're like, oh, here go. You were great in the movie. Oh, you're going to be fantastic. All the producers love you. I'm like, great. When do we start? Oh, we'll just have a slice of pizza. What? Just have some pizza. And you open it up, and there's like a pacifier on
Right,
it.
yes.
There's a little foot. And you're like, do
Little
I eat
sweaty
the foot?
hand.
It's actually very
His
upsetting
nephew.
when you're an like myself, a non-union actor, so I do the background work, and you have to wait to get the food because all the union guys get the food first, and you want to try baby, and there's none to be had. So it's been very upsetting.
That's why they separate craft services, union
Exactly.
and non-union.
Right.
Union gets the baby.
Right. That should be a shirt.
That's
union
why they're all
gets the baby.
Union. Union Pizza, sponsored by Pizzagate. Union gets the baby.
Union gets the baby.
How old
That's why they call it SAG.
Well, that's because Courtney was starting to sag, and she had the surgeries.
Not
No,
anymore.
when the babies are properly cooked, it sags. The meat sags off the bone. Right. It's like a quality pork chop.
You would think
or
with
rib.
4 minutes and 33 seconds of silence, we would come up with better things to talk about.
Why would she need so much surgery? She's just 57. You know, what do you need so much surgery at 57 for?
I mean, honestly, there are people. They're sweet, delicious genes. There are people who look good getting older, and there are people who don't look good. They just don't look good. And I mean, we all know actors, we know musicians, we know comedians. There are people who are incredibly talented and yet don't have the success that their talent suggests that they deserve. But when you get there, there is a listen, lady, Madam Lady Judi Dench, whatever, it's a great actor. She's amazing.
Right.
She doesn't need to do all that crazy crap. She's an amazing actor. Courtney Cox, a lovely person. I'm sure she makes a fantastic ambrosia, but yet decides not to bring it to parties because no one wants fucking ambrosia.
They want the babies.
They have to eat the babies, and babies' ambrosia don't go good. It's the cling peaches and the sour cream. So it does something to the baby. It shrinks it. It makes it. Oh, you got to chew the baby. Who ruined this baby? I got this good baby. That's why all the Hollywood people are adopting babies, not to take care of. Because no one remembers how many kids did Angelina Jolie adopt. She adopted, I don't know, a whole bunch of them. You only see 3 of them in a picture. That's why Brad Pitt left. He's like, I'm young and thin. I can't get fat eating all these babies. Babies are all fat, if you haven't noticed.
Yes.
They're all fat.
They all look like the Michelin Man.
They all look like babendum. Babendum, the French word for it. I have so much useless information. My useless information destroyed your show today with 4 minutes and 33
Here's
seconds.
what I got. I got
What do you got?
20 celebrities over the age of 50 that did not have surgery.
Did not have surgery.
Did not.
Love it.
Halle Berry,
She looks fantastic.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Beautiful.
Haven't
She
seen
was beautiful.
Pfeiffer in a couple of decades, though.
No, what did we saw her in
That's
something
fine.
recently? No, she was in Ant-Man.
Oh,
You
was
didn't-
she?
Yeah, she was
I didn't
great.
see the Ant.
Oh, she looked great in Ant-Man.
Excellent.
Meryl Streep will not do surgery.
Streep is just the greatest thing that is. Her and Kate Bush. If we
And Annie Lennox.
and Lennox is all right.
Oh, Annie Lennox is perfection.
Her singing is great.
Oh, yeah. I think she's beautiful.
No, it's beautiful. I don't like, I know people who have gone to her concerts and she has spent 3/4 of the concert just speaking politics.
Oh, really? I saw her once, and I did not get that.
Good.
Who is
yeah.
this you're talking about?
Annie Lennox.
Oh, okay.
Annie Lennox. But anyway, so Meryl Streep is pure perfection.
Yes.
She can do absolutely no wrong.
Who's next?
She never ate the baby.
Your If I Could Sleep With Anyone ticket.
Oh, Sheryl Crow?
Nope.
Jodie Foster.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, Sheryl Crow. She's going to be 60 in just a couple of weeks, and she still looks amazing.
Yeah, so maybe she's on here too.
Is she on the list?
We'll have
She's
to
on
see.
mine. She's on mine.
Oh, this is surprising.
Yoko Ono.
Kim Basinger.
Kim Basinger. I haven't seen her in a long time, but I bet she looks great. That's a beautiful woman, too, man.
Well, here it says last year there were rumors all over the internet saying before and after pictures saying that she did go under the knife.
Who? Kim Basinger?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's not owing up, so who knows? Salma Hayek. Hey.
Salma Hayek?
Yeah, thank you.
Salma
I'm like-
Hayek.
I'm like,
Yeah, that's a beautiful
yeah.
woman, too.
Well, she also had and once again, fine. She had the enhancement. She did have the enhancement, maybe no facial.
Well, that's the thing. Who's looking at her face?
Why? She's a beautiful woman.
But
And a talented actor.
Absolutely, great actress.
A
Yes.
very talented actor.
But I'm just saying, most people aren't looking at her face because she's
looking at her.
because she shows off her assets.
So, and let her do so.
Oh, I'm not knocking it.
What I'm saying.
I'm not knocking the knockers on the Knockem Dead podcast.
Bridget Bardot.
Oh, okay.
Brad Pitt.
Is he really on the list?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, because I would imagine a lot of guys are doing it too.
All
Yeah,
the
true.
guys.
All the guys. are
Except
doing
Mickey Rourke.
Yeah.
He just wouldn't eat the baby.
He just wouldn't do it.
Holy crap.
Baby meat is so tender, says Annie Plaginos.
See?
Who else?
Al Pacino.
He looks age appropriate. If you're high all the time, maybe? I don't know. He looks a little weird.
He's always screaming. Yeah, he's just...
But if you have like a small, thin-faced, bone structure, like Clint Eastwood has always had really just a thin.
Yeah.
He's next on the list. Like you don't need it because
Yeah,
it's the people that are like they're heavier and then as they get older they lose weight that they look all saggy.
But then I heard
stupid beard.
I didn't see the latest Eastwood movie. It didn't really go anywhere. What was it called? Cry Baby or something? Cry something?
Mm-hmm.
It was just out like a month or two ago.
Cry at an empty chair?
Old man crying at the chair. I heard
Get off my lawn.
I heard they
Clint
did that
Eastwood.
in the movie. What they did to De Niro and the Irishman, when they computer enhanced trying to make him look younger.
Oh, really?
I heard they did the same thing to Eastwood in this movie. Oh, what the hell is it called? Cry something, but I heard it was a bad movie.
Jack Nicholson.
Okay.
He said, I haven't had surgery. I don't want to be judgmental, but some of the things you see here in Hollywood these days are a bit horrifying. And I mean, I do not want to be going there because I just honestly don't want to scare people.
Yeah. Let's get him on the show.
Sure.
He's retired. Maybe he's got nothing to do.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
He seems young to me. He's like...
What's the booze?
Yeah.
Julianne Moore, beautiful.
Oh, my goodness.
She's beautiful, yeah.
These are all actors over 50?
Yeah. Sigourney Weaver.
Nice.
And as you said, Diane Keaton.
John Dorset.
John Dorset.
Not true. I've gone under the cream.
But even
That's how I got this job.
Even Keaton said, she said, my thinking about plastic surgery is this. I haven't had it, but I never say never because when you do, you definitely, you're going to go there and people make their own choices,
Well, also like
but
what
she's
is
71. Why would she bother?
Well, what is like? So there are so many. I know estheticians, whatever, estheticians, which just work.
Sounds like
on
a
Ass to tit, yeah.
And there are so many procedures that you can get done that wouldn't necessarily be surgery, but they're there's the tiny needle thing, which they actually put you under for, and there's the blood. The vampire facial, they call it. That's also another needle thing where they're injecting blood into you. And
Why? To give you like more of a rosy look? Or
it's all of it's to build collagen. That's the whole.
Okay.
So because collagen is what holds your skin to the muscles underneath. And so when your collagen is up, for those who can't see my beauty, I'm holding up the sides of my eyes so I look young, pulling them back actually, so I look young. I'm beautiful. You want me. And now you don't. My fingers are off.
Wow, it's amazing. He's right.
Now I'm old and unwanted, a shriveled testicle in the cold, cold winter of loneliness.
But suddenly I pull my eyes back a little bit, and I'm wanted. I'm young. I'm virile, full of seed. I'm fecund.
Ooh, he has big words.
And now I'm ugly again. I took my hands away. Now I'm old and decrepit. Ooh.
Didn't even recognize you.
I have black and blues around my nipples because my knees keep hitting them. I know that because I hear the clickety-clack of my joints slapping together. What used to be my knees filled with collagen and tissue that held together my bones in a healthy way, but now no.
Why do you sound like a southern preacher when you're talking about this?
Because I'm crippled with the love of Jesus. Every time I preach to the Lord and all the people that were made by him, a little bit of my soul leaks out because I give it to my parishioners. But the problem is I can't get it back unless I eat babies.
all
So
coming
I've
around.
been raising money to
Full
get to
circle.
Hollywood so I can eat a delicious pizza, baby, and put all my connective tissue together. Ooh, that's why I named my daughter Sweet Collagen Jean. Collagen Jean, come here to the preaching tent. I got to eat you. Collagen jeans so I can grow again, losing over 1 inch per year when you get old and all your amniotic fluids seep out of your body.
Amen.
Wow.
Oh, collagen jean, just give me a bite of your thigh. Meaty and delicious.
Kirsten says she's going to pee her pants.
Oh, Kirsten, don't do that. That's the first sign of your elderliness. Every time you urinate, it seeps away, just like the Grand Canyon, created millions of years ago by a single stream, a small little river gouging over millions of years through the soft subcutaneous stone. Just like that, every time you urinate yourself, it strips away sweet collagen and takes your connective tissues down the shower, which is why you should never ever pee in the shower. Cause the urine will strip away all the collagen that is on your body, in your body, surrounding your body. Don't do it, Tony! Don't pee in the shower!
Thank you, preacher, for praying for me.
Pee in a toilet or in the mouth of a young hooker. The only two places you should pee. Or into the sweet tight crevice of your lover. Those are the only places you should pee, says the Lord.
Nice Harold-style wrap-up. Del Close is smiling down.
Sweet Del Close. Named for his close hug that he gives me every evening. He whispers in my ear, yes, and.
And that is why he is an improv genius.
Oh,
right there.
no.
John Dorsick.
It's the baby.
Thank you, pal. This was fun. We went silent for 4:35, man.
4:33. Well, we went south for 4:35.
Yep.
Yeah.
We out.
Our
silenced-
version is 4:35. So thank you, pal. That was fun. Always.
Dude, please, absolutely enjoy.
so
That
funny.
was, I love that that was.
What do we have
pure
tonight? Anything?
brains.
Nope.
Nothing tonight. So then we're back. Are you back tomorrow with us?
Nope.
Oh, you're not?
No, because don't you have Plagianos?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that means you can't come here because Andy. Actually, Andy was very upset last week when you
Why?
were in here. He said to me, he said, "No, Sallie." I said, "No." He goes, "Oh, I swear to God, just like
Really?
that." Yeah.
Yeah, I already have, because I just always figure I'd take Friday off now. So I already have, I have a Zoom at 11. Yeah.
A Zoom
Yeah.
with who?
With,
Oh, Sam with
Yep.
his school. Me and Andy here tomorrow. Nothing tonight, huh? All right. So, top fives will be on tomorrow night. So me and Andy tomorrow at 11. You guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow at 11.
Bye.